the end of 2025, I'm going to 100% or platinum every mascot horror game. And today, we're getting the platinum for...
He will set us free.
Bendy was released in February 2017 on Game Jolt, and then later released on consoles in November 2018. This game has a total of 26 trophies, with some difficult ones being the Master of Bacon and the Aggression Trophy. But enough talk about hard things. Let's jump straight into Chapter 1. You play as Henry Stein, a former animator at Joey Drew Studios. Upon receiving a letter from Joey, Henry makes his way back to the studio. But why is everything this monochromatic yellow and black? It seems like we're in for a surprise. We are given our first objective, which is discovering Joey's secret. But just what is his secret? In the case,
Let's see what you're hiding down there, old friend.
It's the ink machine, y'all. This is where the ink machine lives. I'm guessing it's the ink machine. And I'm sure you're asking yourself, just what the hell is the ink machine? Well, the ink machine is a large machine that was created by the Gent Company with its sole purpose being bringing the animations to life. But more on this later. As we search the halls to figure out how to turn on the ink machine, we come across our first audio log, which is from Wally Franks. The audio logs are important to understand the lore, and by obtaining all 32 of them, you earn the trophy, the Voice Collector. In this tape, Wally explains that Joey had the workers each donate an item to appease the gods. What the hell is this talking about? Okay, that's freaking crazy, bro. And would you look at that? Upon entering the main power room for the ink machine, we learn we need to find all 6 objects. That includes a gear by the ink machine, a wrench in Boris, a book from downstairs, a Bendy toy in the movie room, a record in the record room, and some killer ink in Henry Stein's old office? Yeah, this isn't disturbing at all. And upon placing each of those items in their respective pedestal, we earn our first trophy, picking up the pieces. Ooh, all right, we locked in. We got picking up the pieces for collecting all the ritual items. I'm gonna call it the movie theater. What? Nah, hell nah. See, if this was really me, you wouldn't even get me to progress any further. We get the ink machine powered up and finally meet the ink demon himself. Let's see what the ink machine... Who boarded this shit up? Oh my God, bro. Jesus Christ. Okay. Run. Escape the workshop. Oh, shoot. I'm running, bro. I'm running. At least I'm trying to. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Yup. Exit. And after escaping, we earn our second trophy. Excuse me? Hello, Bendy. For discovering the monster? Oh my God, bro. After draining some ink, we find our second audio log, this time from Thomas Connor. Thomas Connor appears to be a Gent employee and must be the owner of the wrench that was placed on the pedestal, because according to this audio log, he was the one repairing the ink machine when things went wrong. We continue through Chapter 2 and head to the music department where we find our third audio tape. This time, it's from Sammy Lawrence. We learn more about the ink machine and how it's continued to leak over time. From the ink machine has spilleth over.
Excuse me, can you help me?
Who is that?
Where the hell did he go?
Oh, hell no. We also find out additional information from Sammy and that he was the company's songwriter. Shortly after that, we find our fourth audio log, which is in the projection room, and this tape introduces us to Norman Polk, the projectionist. He informs us of some strange behavior from Sammy, but also this tape gives us a clue to solve a puzzle that we'll need later on. We get the power turned on and encounter our very first enemy, the Searchers. What did I just open? With that freaking pump control. Oh no! Oh, you saying we got enemies to fight now? The frick? Where the niggas come from? And sit your ass down. Searchers are souls of human civilians that are trapped in the cycle. Now I'm sure you're asking, hey Kyle, what is the cycle? Great question. Well, to understand the cycle, first we must understand the story. Along the way to Sammy Lawrence's office, we stumble upon a piano, and by playing it over and over, we earn another trophy, Johnny's Broken Heart. You hear that? I'm gonna keep playing it, bro. Johnny's Broken Heart? What? Play the pipe organ 5 times. We find another audio log that belongs to Wally Frank. We learn that we need to find some keys to unlock his closet. And as we're searching for those keys, we find an additional audio log from Susie Campbell, who has voiced several different things, but it seems she may end up being the voice of a character named Alice Angel. See what I mean with these audio logs? If y'all wouldn't listen to them, you wouldn't know what the hell is going on. Wally's keys were in a trash can, and with them now in our possession, we're able to open up the closet to find yet another audio log, this one from Sammy. And this audio log gives us a code using the instruments in the studio. Do you remember the fourth audio log from Norman Polk? Well, we gotta play the instruments in a specific order, but first we have to cut on the projector. For my first playthrough, the order was banjo, violin, violin, drum. Oh, it worked! And we solved a puzzle for it! And also access to the first flow valve to drain the exit stairs. We adventure further into the depths and we find a chunky looking searcher that has a valve that we need. As we follow him, we find another audio log from the lyricist, Jack Fain. We solve a flip switch puzzle and grab the valve. With the valve in hand, it's time to fix the second valve in the infirmary and then move on to Sammy's office to turn on the pump control so we can finally get the hell out of here. But of course... Oh yeah, they're right here. Oh shit! Who?
Rest your head. It's time for bed.
Henry gets beat over the head by Sammy Lawrence. He really trying to sacrifice me to Bendy, but it seems like his plan backfires. We end up breaking out and escaping only to encounter the ink demon face to face for a second time. Oh shit, bro. Did you see him? Yeah, that's exactly why I wasn't about to go take my happy ass into that. I'm dead?
A few moments later.
The believer, it let me go that time. Survived being chased by Bendy, bro. And now we meet a friendly ink creation. Oh, bacon soup rolling by itself.
Hello? Someone there? I know you're in here.
It's gonna be Angel.
Come out and show yourself.
My boy Boris. A nice guy I can trust, right?
Boris?
Chapter 3 is by far the most ass chapter, and y'all will see why soon. But in order for us to get out of here, we need to speak with Boris and make him some bacon soup. That shit is a brewing, a bubbling. Here you go, sir.
Here you go.
After making him his bacon soup, we get the lever and finally come to Heavenly Toys. Bro, this place gives me the actual creeps. As we make our way upstairs, we need to fix a toy machine so that we can move the toy shelves and get up out of this room. Thingamajigger, bro. Yup, fix the toy machine. Boom, power on. Let's go ahead, let's cut this bad boy. Get that out the way. Oh wait, we got some more Bendy toys, y'all. Let's squeeze them. It's gotta be a trophy, bro. Before we enter the next room, we find the ink bowl which is needed for the Blazing Metal trophy and another audio log from Sean Flynn. It is here we are introduced to Alice Angel. Okay. She's quite a gal. Alice Angel. She is not kind of bad. She's kind of terrifying. Hell to the gnaw, bro. And she's definitely not looking angel-like, if you know what I mean. She gives us two paths to walk. Path of the demon, path of the angel. And of course, we choose the path of the demon. More on that later on. We'll need to walk the path of the angel once we complete the story to obtain the other audio log from Susie Campbell and also a trophy. As we walk the path of the demon, we find an audio log from none other than the man himself, Joey Drew. Oh, come on, bro. We run into Boris and he gives us a gent pipe. In this new toy room, I squeak like 20 something toys, earning us the trophy Inner Child. Inner Child. Okay, I knew it, bro. So for interacting with 25 dolls, I felt like I interacted with way more than that, but I'll take it, bro. And as we're trying to figure out how to open this damn door, we find an audio log from Wally and Thomas. We get to the power switch and meet our very first member of the Butcher Gang, Charlie. The Butcher Gang, Bendy and... Oh, sir. Oh, sir. You know what? After beating him with the pipe, excuse me, pause. We make our way to an elevator and get interrupted by that ugly ass Alice Angel and go to level 9. On our way to meet Alice Angel, we listen to Thomas Connor's audio log and he gives us some subtle foreshadowing about the elevators not wanting to open. I should have really listened to this one. Yeah, y'all will see. Anyways, we continue on to a room of corpses and learn that Alice is sacrificing these ink creations to make herself beautiful. We find another audio log from Susie Campbell, and she's taken the Alice Angel part a bit too serious. Now that we're face to face with Alice again, she doesn't know if she wants to kill us or not. She's trying to achieve perfection by experimenting on different ink creatures. It's here where she gives us a task to complete. Not just one, but 4? Bruh. We have to collect 3 gears. So on the way up to level K, we took the stairs and we found the radio in chapter 3. Mind you, this radio is needed for the gold record trophy, and I should have been turning these on the entire time, but I missed chapter 1 like an idiot. And further along on level 11, we see the projectionist. What the f is that, bro? And we listen to yet another audio log from Wally Franks. After collecting the gears, and we do our second task to collect 3 extra thick inks. We get our third task to collect 3 valve cores on level P, giving us our 4th task, where she wants us to destroy all the Bendy cutouts on level K and in the Heavenly Toys area, which was a setup, because guess who's there? But we hide, and we wait for him to leave, and we escape. And lastly, she wants us to kill the entire Butcher Gang. Now, after you kill the Butcher Gang, it's here where she gives you this sweet teaser of a Tommy gun unless you completed all of those previous tasks without dying. I died, okay? I died. So guess what? She took the Tommy gun back. And I said, lastly, right? No. She wants us now to go collect 5 ink hearts. But this is where I experience a game breaking, or at least a game pausing bug. And little did I know, I would experience the elevator bug, where the elevator just wouldn't come, no matter how many times I pressed the button. So what did I do? Oh, in fact, I quit the game. My save was broken. Little did I know, I had the save bug. And now I'm sure you're wondering, but what's the save bug, Kyle? If you save on the terminal and the little ink demon in the bottom right doesn't leave after saving, you need to quit the game immediately. But I didn't know that. Once I quit the game and tried to start it up again, I realized, damn, I gotta do it all over again. So I played through chapter 3 all over again. This time, I messed with the ink bowl until it was an ink machine. I then took the path of the demon and I didn't die a single time. Completed all the tasks up until she goes to give me the Tommy gun. And this time I actually earned the Tommy gun, which got me the trophy Blazing Metal. And then I was finally able to ride the elevator down after clicking floor 14 as the elevator actually came. And it was there with my boy Boris in it. Thank God. Now that we're on level 14, we run into the projectionist and I light his ass up. But with him out the way, we can actually explore this area in peace. We find an audio log from Norman Polk. Well, we find all 5 hearts and we head back to Alice to give them to her. And she promises to let us out. That was a lie. That was an absolute lie. He destroyed the elevator, knocks me out, takes my boy Boris, and I'm just left for dead at the ending of chapter 3, earning us the trophy, Path of the Demon. Well, chapter 4 is here, and of course we gotta go into another room, this time the archives, and we have to locate the secret passage. Now, in order to find the secret passage, you have to solve a puzzle in the archives to get the door open. But first, we listen to an audio log from Susie Campbell. We push in several books and head to the secret passage, grab an ink blob, and then put it in the Gent ink maker. Yes, these ink makers make just about anything and everything you can imagine, from plungers, subtle foreshadowing, to pipes, to gears. Shit, they might even be able to make me an ink baddie too. But we have it make us a radio, an ink radio, which is the radio in chapter 4. We then grab one additional ink blob and we switch the machine to the gear so that we can cross this massive pit, aka the depths. I don't know what the hell it is, but we cross it with the sky bridge thingy, ultimately making our way to a room with a bunch of ink entities called the Lost Ones. Now, who are the Lost Ones? The Lost Ones are humans who became ink creatures due to transferring their soul from the real world to the cycle. We end up making our way to the next location via event and are introduced to the voice of Bertram, aka Bertie Piedmont. We learn of his role in creating Colossal Wonders, which are his rides/attractions from a Bendy theme amusement park. We power on a switch right over in that Bertram area and we head to Storage 9. Storage 9 is Bendyland, aka Bendy Hell. Yeah. And as we're searching for our next objective, we find another audio log from my boy Wally Franks. He tells us we need to play and win the games to open the door. So in order for us to get into the haunted house doors, we need to switch on 4 power switches. Time to play some games, y'all. And to earn the trophy Bullseye, you have to hit every target within 20 seconds. And it took me over 90 times. 90! But anyways, it was super annoying, bro. I missed so many times and I made several super close calls. Like there's really no room for error on this. Oh my God. Fucking bitch. Until this time right here. Okay, for real right here. yeah. Fuck yeah. Suck it. Fucking suck it, Bendy. My bad. My bad. Out of character. I'm sorry. I apologize. With the gun game won, we go play every other game they have to offer and head to the first open door. Hit our very first power switch to cut on our second power switch. And while we're cutting on our second power switch, we find an audio log from Lacey Benton. Lacey's talking about a mechanical demon, like the one over right there in the corner. They really made a robot Bendy. That's some nightmare fuel. But after powering on some more switches, we now head into a room and listen to yet another audio log from my boy Birdie, the bitch ass. Well, we knock his arms off to defeat him. And for defeating him, we earn the trophy around and around. Now we head to the maintenance area and encounter another projectionist. But once we sneak behind him, we hear another audio log from Joey Drew learning his true nature. After activating a switch, we head upstairs and we say cheese, earning the trophy, a little souvenir. Now for one of our next trophies, Unlikely Victory, we need to make a pit stop before heading into the haunted house. So once the power is turned on the haunted house, I need to head back into the maintenance area and open up a chest to grab a Gen Ink machine part that has a plunger on it. We take a nice spooky ride through the haunted house where we're reunited with our buddy Frank and Boris. Another boss fight, yay! And the trophy. This fight was pretty easy. We just needed to add the part to the ink machine, and anytime Frank and Boris dropped an ink blob, we would make a plunger and beat the shit out of them with it. But doing so earns us Unlikely Victory. Complete chapter 4 with the plunger.
Why can't you ever just
Fuck you, Boris. Fuck you. I mean, no, I should be sad. Boris. And would you look at that? Another Alice Angel saved me from evil Alice Angel. The good Alice Angel is actually named Allison Angel. And the Boris she's with, we'd come to find out his name is Tom. One would assume that this Boris has the soul of Thomas Connor. Interesting. We start chapter 5 talking with Allison Angel. She seems nice, but Alice gives us this seeing tool. And would you look at that? We're able to use the seeing tool to break free. We end up making our way down an Ink River and we have to fight Mr. Sammy. I guess he's still alive. Now after I beat him, I wanted to try and get the trophy aggressive, but you can't die when you fight the searchers and lost ones. And well, since I died, I decided to restart. And that is where past Kyle learned that something was wrong with his save file. At this point, I looked it up. I went to Google's and I typed in Bendy and the ink machine bugs. Now, if I would have just read the fucking trophy guide like a genius, you know, like I normally do. Yup, so if you save at the save station, you run the risk of saving your save file, which happened to me. Thankfully, there's a level select because I would have been pissed if I had to go all the way back to chapter 3 and do this all over again. So I make it all the way back and finally kill all the lost ones and searchers to earn our next trophy, Shadows and Suffering. Now we make our way on some tiny little boards to fall a good 50 feet. We have to make our way into the film vault, but of course, there's ink overflowing and we need to drain the passage. We find another audio log from Tom Connor and he talks about how the ink machine is starting to teeter towards magic. You don't freaking say. Now for our next trophy, we make our way into the admin offices to grab ink blobs and make different shaped pipes. Now during this process, we have to avoid members of the Butcher Gang and we listen to an audio log from Wally Frank and then an additional one from Joey Drew going off on Tommy about the first attempt at creating Bendy. With all the pipes made, we head into the film vault and earn our next trophy, Valued Employee and Pipes and Problems. But you know me, I got 99 problems, but a pipe ain't one. If you having pipe problems, I feel bad for you, son. That's corny. My bad. Now, before I head too far into the next vault room, I want to go back into the maze because I saw Joey Drew's office. But with that out of the way, we head back into the vault room and we run into Tom and Alice. We learn we need to confront the ink demon and get something that he has. But before I left out of that room, I opened a box and I played a radio I found in that box. I should have been doing this all along as there are only 5 radios, one for each chapter. By listening to them all, you earn the trophy gold record. We discover that Bendy hasn't seen his end. So in order for us to end things, we need to show him the real. But before we can do that, Bendy transforms into the Bendy Beast. And well, Henry makes it out of the ink realm, back to the real world in Joey Drew's apartment. We are introduced to the man himself, Joey. But this all seems odd. He knew I was coming, but he tells us he wants us to enter the door, and guess what? We re-enter the cycle, earning us the trophy to hell and back. So this shit is never ending. With the story completed, now it's time to clean up all the leftover trophies we weren't able to achieve in the first playthrough. Well, we start by acquiring the last radio we needed, since we got 4 of them in the first playthrough, which earns us the trophy gold record. For our next trophy, strike up the band, we head back to chapter 2. In order to achieve this trophy, you have to go into the projectionist booth and turn on the projector, then hit the banjo until you hear the projector turn off. You have to do this until all 9 Bendy cutouts are at their seats, then solve the music puzzle to earn strike up the band. For the trophy long forgotten self, you have to be in chapter 3 to find the audio tape for Henry. Now in order to find this audio tape, and you have to break some boards, then turn the valve. From there, you want to head to level P and go into the hallway.
Only 2 weeks into this company.
Now since I took the path of the demon already, we're gonna take the path of the angel. In the path of the angel, we listen to the audio log from Susie Campbell, and we learn why there is an evil Alice. And at the end of the chapter, we earn the trophy, Path of the Angel. And on to the voice collector. You must listen to all 32 audio logs in the game. Like I said, after our first playthrough, we had collected all audio logs from chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 4. And once I started doing some cleanup, I was able to collect the 3 missing audio logs, leaving the audio logs in chapter 5 from Joey Drew. But since this was a new save file, the trophy popped for me as I listened to the audio log in his office, earning us voice collector. Then we stood on Henry Stein's pedestal to earn the trophy, standing proud. On to a trophy I thought would be way more difficult than it actually was. The aggression trophy. The hardest part about this trophy for me was just staying alive. But on about my 4th or 5th attempt, things just clicked. I strictly went after the searchers, and I didn't even bother with the lost ones until those were the only enemies available to kill. And after about 2 minutes and killing just about everything you see, we easily earned the aggression trophy. And then there was one, leaving us with the one last screwed up, stupid ass. I've played the game twice, and I still haven't unlocked the Master of Bacon trophy. You guys want to believe it? I spun up a 3rd playthrough. I went through level 1 methodically, and there are a total of 21 soups in chapter 1. Then I went through level 2 methodically with a total of 31 soups. Chapter 3 has 42. But you know where my problem was? Chapter 4. Chapter 4 has 19 soups, and chapter 5 has 7 total. Thankfully though, as I was wrapping up chapter 4, the Master of Bacon decided to pop, and along with this beautiful, magnificent, magnifique platinum. There it is, baby. The Master of Bacon. Collect all the bacon soup in the game. And we got the Master of Ink. You are the true master of the ink. That's the platinum, baby. Let's go. I'm so happy to be done with this game. Buggy ass mess. And I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. And if we get enough likes, I don't know, let's say 100. We'll do Bendy in the Dark Revival soon. But in the meantime, go watch one of these videos for your boy.